here as we welcome the AFT National President, Randi Weingarten, here to look at some of our career pathways at Wilbur Cross High School. We've just spent some time in our brand new partnership with the Yale EMT training program. I'm going to ask Assistant Superintendent Hannons to come forth and tell a little bit about that before we hear from response from Ms. Weingarten.
Good morning, everyone. Keisha Red Hannons, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment, New Haven Public Schools. What a great day to be at New Haven Public Schools, and what a great day to be a student in New Haven Public Schools. As we build out our career-connected pathways, what you witnessed was a partnership with Yale University, Yale New Haven Hospital, in order for us to gain our students with industry certifications by the time they exit our schools. Why is this important? So often our students are trying to figure out what they want to do. Giving them this exposure early on in life will set them up for success. Whether they choose to attend college or go right into the career field, we are setting our kids up for success beyond a simple test, because we know a test doesn't measure the ability of our students. Today is important because our AFT national president is here, President Randi Weingarten. Oftentimes our labor unions get a bad rep for only advocating for teachers, but today they're here to show strongly that they're advocating for our students as well. And so without further ado, I turn it over to President Weingarten of the AFT.
And the Deputy Sup and I were talking to all these kids who showed, I'll introduce myself in a second, but the Deputy Sup and I were talking to all these kids who were using mannequins to learn how to keep people alive, how to keep babies alive, how to keep, I love this, there was Scarface mannequin and there were other mannequins, but the fun that you saw in that classroom, the attention to detail, the sense of possibility, that is what education is. So I'm Randi Weingarten, I'm the president of the AFT. We are here in New Haven with the New Haven President Leslie Blatteau and with the state president and state senator Jan Hochadel, and with all of these folks from the administration to show three things. Number one, when management and labor work together, when we work together on programs soar. Number two, and this is the most important thing I'm going to say, our vision of what public schools should be, particularly for high school students, is that they should be about a lot of choices for students and families. And that is what you see at Wilbur Cross, and that is what we just saw in this EMT program. Lots of kids go to college. Lots of kids don't go to college. Let's make sure families have lots of choices. As one of the young adults said to me as they were saving a mannequin, this is giving me lots of choices. As one of the instructors said to me, that when these high school students graduate, they will graduate with a high school diploma and with an industry certification in EMT. So they have lots of choices. They can go to any ambulance company in Connecticut because of what we are teaching in a public high school. And so that is part of why, and this is the third thing, we as a national union are endeavoring to focus on real solutions for kids and communities throughout the country. How we make sure we are addressing loneliness and learning loss and literacy, and ensuring that kids have practical skills, and making sure we are solving the problems of today. So as others smear and others complain, we are working together, administration and teachers, working together to try to lift up communities and give kids choices. And that's why we're at Wilbur Cross today. We're seeing those choices. I taught at a career tech ed school. I taught AP history at a career tech ed school. So the stigma about career tech ed is as old as all these other terrible stigmas. We need to give kids choices, and that means preparing them for career and for college, and that should be what we're doing in public schools. So that's part of our Real Solutions campaign. How do we ensure that we have the kind of of support services in schools. We're going to see that later on in terms of mental health support services, and how do we ensure that we are helping kids really thrive and focus on their passions and their pursuits and their potential and their power, and doing what they need to do to be successful. Leslie, Jan, you want to add?
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. No worries. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jan Hochadel. I'm the president of AFT Connecticut. And I have to say, I'm a product of the CTE system. I also taught in the CTE system, just as Randy did, but I taught science. I couldn't be prouder than this program. I believe in it so much that my son went through the career technical system as well. And what it does is provides two things. As Randy said, opportunity is probably the biggest thing. These students come out with a skill set that they can decide to go directly into the workplace or to go on to higher education. A lot of times these students go into the workplace first, and then they go on and go get their education later, and they come out with no college debt, which is huge. That is a huge opportunity. Or the students can go directly into higher education. The other thing it provides is partnerships. Partnerships with our community, just like the one that we have here. We have so many industries that are looking for skilled labor. We would love to partner. How do we get them portable certificates, licenses that they can go into those industries, but they can go anywhere. We don't want to pigeonhole them into one company or corporation, but a portable that they can go anywhere with these skills later. And again, they can go directly into the industry, or they can go into higher education. So I think career technology, education is one of our best kept secrets. We got to crack that secret, make sure everyone has the opportunity to choose. Thank you, and I'll turn it over to Leslie Blatteau.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Leslie Blatteau, President of the New Haven Federation of Teachers, and it is a joyful day here in New Haven as we get to highlight and celebrate the opportunities that New Haven students have. First, it is clear that the educators at Wilbur Cross and the educators of New Haven Public Schools honor and value adolescent development and child development. You see young people in this space in their uniforms, that they're wearing them proudly, they're experimenting to think about what paths could they be on and could they explore, and that honors their identity as adolescents as they're trying to decide next steps for their future. It's beautiful, it's who we are in New Haven. We center child and adolescent development in the decisions that we make for our kids. Second, I'm really excited for where we're headed next. In addition to these career pathway opportunities, we also have students working under certified teachers who are supporting them to think about career pathways in culinary, career pathways in education. And these are the real solutions that I am so proud to be connected with as an NHFT and AFT leader. And we know that this is what our students need, and we will continue to advocate for the resources so that we can continue these programs so more and more students have more and more options as they work as students in New Haven Public Schools, graduate, and go on to continue their careers. Thank you, and I hope you'll join us as we explore more of Wilbur Cross today.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Take that off you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. The most important stat that I can give you is that 94% of kids who go to these qualified CTE schools graduate on time, and 72% of them go to college. And here at Wilbur Cross, we've seen an 8.2 percentage point increase in graduation because we are connecting students to their passions. So in the midst of this kind of the effects of COVID, the effects of inequality, and all this, all across the country, you're seeing that in Wilbur Cross, these educators are defying the odds, and kids are happy in school. You just saw that. They're happy, they're focused, they want to be here. That is how you counteract learning loss. That is how you counteract the effects of COVID.
And I know you guys chose to come here to Connecticut, and you just sort of gave the data, but are you seeing this as a model for other
Yes.
districts around the country?
I am saying, so one of the things, This is the reason why this summer we announced this Real Solutions campaign. And there's lots of things that schools should be and can be doing. But we are focused on 4 different strategies, school strategies. One is literacy, because if you don't build confident and joyful readers, that is the essential building block for children. Second is we have to combat loneliness. And that's why, as Leslie just said, the whole kind of wrapping services around schools, really focusing on child development and focusing on the things we need to do to build up confidence and rebuild relationships for children, are absolutely vital. And the third is we need to make school fun. And kids have to want to come to school and want to experience school and want to experience their own power and agency. And career tech ed does that, but so do other things, so do other kinds of experiential learning. So we've said, let's do more hands-on experiential learning, let's have more wraparound services, and let's focus on literacy. And those are the kinds of strategies we think will turn around schools everywhere. And ultimately, what's the goal? Making sure, as Jan said, every student has opportunity. And our goal is pretty audacious. Every public school to be a place where parents want to send their kids, educators want to work, and kids thrive.